Hey guys, I am Johnny FD. I am in beautiful Sri Lanka, and I want to give you a review, a full in-depth look on Anton's course, Anton Method, Dropship Lifestyle, a course I've been a member of since 2013, right when it first came out. I was one of the first 20 members or something, and 7 years later, I still follow his techniques, line by line. And I've now built, I think, 7 stores of my that I've kind of owned or partnered with that are successful. And I've had the best month ever right now. And I'm gonna explain why that is, but also I wanna give you a look inside the actual course itself and show you what is inside. Why is it so expensive, but why it's worth it. And why, even though I have a course on Udemy, I have a free course on YouTube, why it's still worth taking his in-depth course and learning from the best, because this is the guy I learned from. The reason why I create all this free content on my YouTube channel is because I want to be able to share kind of my side and some knowledge for people who maybe haven't signed up for his course yet. But if you can afford it, or if you're really serious, consider signing up. And let me show you actually why. But first, let me show you some of the success that I've personally had over the years. I actually keep a folder on my laptop called just like DSL Success. And I did this because I would get random messages from people, or I just wanted to save. I would screenshot them all. So let me kind of just go through some random ones, right? Like for example, if somebody send me a Facebook message or something, and they got their first sale, I'll screenshot that and be like, hey, congrats. This was Andrew back in I don't know how many years ago, but this was his first ever sale. It was for $1,996. And he was definitely using Android because he has this ugly font on there, but I was like, congrats on the first sale. And let me actually just log in. I'm gonna do a screen share so you can actually see this folder and some of the successes that I've had as well as other students have had. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna log into my Dropship Lifestyle account and go through the course so you can get an overview of what's actually inside the course so you can know exactly what to expect. Because I think right now there's something like 84 videos and he keeps adding more and more, which is pretty crazy. So let me just jump in and let me show you. All right, guys, so I'm inside of the Dropship Lifestyle course. I'm gonna go through kind of what's inside, but first I actually wanted to show you this random folder I have of all the successes that I've seen screenshotted. So I actually don't organize this very well. It's just random stuff, but let's just open one up. This one, July 2014. This is a screenshot of Anton actually. It says, Chris said he's making a sale every day now too. Awesome. Nice. If everyone is crushing hard, if I make $1,000 a day, is that enough? Anton says, I don't know, but $1,000 a day is semi-automated. That's if it's semi-automated plus free travel via credit card points. It's pretty sweet life. And I said, your answer is supposed to be, that's what most people working at Burger King make in a month. But yeah, this post really inspired me. He said, life changes quick. This is right when I wrote that book. He said, you should get to 50K a month so you can write the most epic blog post ever about how much you previously made a year while working for a bunch of losers. And he said this from Vietnam. I have a story about that. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. So 2014 was kind of my best year. I started 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016 were my best years. This was how much I made. In a month, I was $40,000 in sales in 1 month, which is crazy for me. And let's see, Australia, who's this? So this is inside the private member forums of Anton's course, and it's really good information. So this guy's from Australia, and he was saying he got their first sale on Friday, second and third on Sunday, but none on Sunday. And then all of a sudden he got another one. So he said it's paying off. Very cool. And I think the reason why I screenshotted this is because he mentioned me saying my podcast helped him either find the course or stay motivated. Here's one from Ben. looks like a Facebook message. He said he spent the last 2 months grinding, and he brought his store to making $1,000 a month in profit. Oh, awesome. Really cool. Berlin. Maybe this is when I was in Berlin. Yep. That was a great trip. And it's cool knowing that I can still make sales while I'm in another country. I think this is the first time I've ever flown business class. This is on Norwegian Airlines, which actually isn't even that good of a business class. It's more of a premium economy. But this is actually where I wrote Life Changes Quick, the entire book. It was like a 9 or 10 hour flight from Thailand to somewhere in Europe, Berlin maybe. And I basically wrote the entire book while sitting there. I was so excited. I had so much on my mind and I had such a comfortable seat. And I just wrote it. Celebrate. What is this? Oh, it's Tyga. T.I. Some of y'all not where you want to be in life, yet you party every weekend. What is that you're celebrating? That was powerful. I liked it a lot. Let's see who these other people are. Corey. So this looks like it's from the forum. He said he started in 2010. He's had a couple organic sales. He was waiting around. He thought the course was a scam, and he saw the price keep going up. And then he found my page, and he joined the course. And let's see what happens. So day 40, which is a month and a week in, he says he's making good sales. Good sales, good job, Echo Tech. Let's say Daniel says, what is it? Oh, this guy's from Holland. Darren. Remember my post on Instagram yesterday, but listening to podcasts. And this is for David's course and Anton's course. Oh. So this is, oh yeah, this is my my Shopify store, the first one I ever built, 2013, and by a year later, I started making about $20,000 a month in sales. Best month looked like it was about $37,000. And 2015, 2016, it was up and down a lot. I mean, I had some really good months, 35K April, but then I had some really bad months. And honestly, it was because I wasn't that focused anymore. I had been running it for a few years. I started a second store, and I was kind of just spread a bit thin, but overall, pretty crazy. That store made over $800,000 in total sales from when I had started it. That is crazy. I mean, think about it. Just the 2% on reward miles alone has allowed me to fly business class everywhere in the world. Oh, nice. This guy spent $16 on AdWords and got his first sale. Big congrats. AdWords a bit more expensive now, but still works. Hearthstone success. What is this? Oh, I think was this while I was watching people play Hearthstone on YouTube, and I got 2 sales for totaling $35K. I mean, $3,500. That's insane. Who's Angelica? She made her first $50. Nice. Oh, this is from my podcast, Invest Like a Boss. Maybe was that our first review? Nice. Thanks, Dryness. What's Isaac say? Boom. Biggest sale ever. 13K. Oh, man. I've never gotten a 13K sale. I wonder if this was... Dude, this guy made $6,000 in profit from that? That's insane. Oh, my God. I immediately went out and bought a new iPhone so I can get proper notification sales again. I guess it wasn't working. But, yeah, like... I have a whole thing of reviews that people have sent me, like mostly from other people too, which is really cool. And then of course a few from mine, and then I just do a updated one. But last 90 days have been insane for me. All right, I'm gonna hop back in and show you what is inside the course itself, what you can learn from. Oh, actually, first let me show you these forums, these are so valuable. Like being a member of this private member forum gives so much value, and it's still very active as well. I'm very, very happy to hear that, because even though there is a Facebook group, the people in these forums are really, really they're really detailed, and it's evergreen. So like if for example, if I just search my name, you can find my posts. Where did it go? I just saw that. Try it again. You can find my post called my progress thread that has years of info. All right, here we go. So once you become a member of Anton's course, whether you sign up directly or use my link, Dropship Lifestyle, AntonMethod.com, I have a link to it below. Come find my thread. Just search my name and look for this thread. My progress so far, step by step. I started this June 6th, 2013. That's my first post. I said, this is what I've done so far. I watched the first video, started thinking about what niche I wanted, and then I did nothing for 2 weeks, putting it off. I heard Anton was coming back to Chiang Mai, so I sat down and decided to finish the course before he arrived, because I didn't want to ask him a bunch of dumb questions that was already in there. I sat down, I did all the kind of competitive research, and I've detailed everything I've done since the very, very first post ever. Like, everything that I've done. And I've written every update. It's insane. It's 48 pages now of things that I've done. And this is a case study of a store that later sold for $60,000, that made however many $1,000s worth of sales. And there are just so many other people who have done very similar things. So one big secret is, if you are, example, if you're from Norway, search Norway or Norwegian, see if you can find something, right? And you can see, oh, this person is from Norway, and you can say, what can I do, specifically? You can ask them questions. Or if someone's from Australia, right? Don't search Australia, you have to search Aussie, because people can't spell. But seriously, if you're from a certain country, this is the best information you can get, is people from actually that country where you can learn from, you can meet with, and you can just follow their journey. So let me show you actually inside the course, right? So the main part of the course is called Dropship Blueprint. And when I started this, it was 13 videos. He keeps updating it, which is why my progress is only 2%, because every time I think he changes it, it resets. And honestly, I haven't watched all of them again, but there's 84 videos now. And some of these videos are relatively short. They're maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but some of them are 30 minutes long. So it's a lot of content. It's hundreds of hours of content. So module 1 is niche selection. How do you find dropship friendly niches? Because this is what people really want to just jump into. But to be honest, start with the mindset and the foundations. Because if you don't start here, you're going to mess up here. All right. So this is how you find good niches. You can look for examples of good and bad niches. And this is very, very important to kind of go through and say, what can I do to find a good niche, and what should I avoid? Because a lot of people are gonna mess up just jumping straight in, right? And what I like is Anton actually will go through and do examples. All these are screen share videos, which is really, really cool, because then he just jumps in and really just shows you over the shoulder, like if you were there in person, what he would show you. So module 2 is all about market research, how to actually look for a niche that is going to be evergreen, it's going to last for a long time. What is a dropship friendly niche? What is something that people would actually like a niche that people will let you dropship, because why waste your time building out a store and you find out that the products just won't, like, there's no way to get approved as a dropship for them. You know, an example would be like Apple laptops, right? Like Apple's not going to approve you, but there are niches that they will. And then the third module, this is actually taught by Anton's sister, Laura, really, because she's a designer. And they even have a done-for-you package. If you don't want to build the store yourself, you can pay, I think it's $2,500, and she'll build your store for you. And they're beautiful. I've seen them. But here are, 13 videos showing you everything you need to know. Like from uploading the products to creating pages. And what's really cool is all of this is screen share as well. So this is, Laura showing you basically how to create these drop-down menus, going through her actual Shopify account and showing you the navigation bars and how to create these, drop-down menus. It's like the best Shopify tutorial you'll find, because there's no fluff. It's just the things that you'll need for your dropshipping store. All right. And this is a 11-minute video. Customizing your theme, how to create discount codes, what apps to use. And then this is a really good module where people get stuck. How to actually get the suppliers, right? What's the difference between a crappy and a good supplier? Right? What's the difference between a bronze tier, silver tier, or gold tier? And really, how to differentiate from them, and how to know which one are the gold ones, which one are the good ones. How to know what a good store is, what a bad store is. And this is really important. What to say to the actual supplier when you call them. What are some phone scripts that you can just read? What can you copy and paste as an email? What do suppliers actually ask you when you call them, so you can practice? And then how do you optimize for conversions so you can get the best return on your ad spend, your ROI or your ROAS? And you want to know how to actually get the traffic, how to start running traffic. And what's really cool is traffic is complicated, right? This can literally be a course by itself. It's a Google Ads course. But how long? This is a 1.5 hour video. I mean, literally, somebody can break this up into 10, shorter videos and sell this as an ads course for e-commerce. Especially because he logs into the back end to show you exactly how to set it up. I mean, literally, this is a course in itself. It's 1.5 hours long. It shows you exactly step by step how to connect it all, how to upload the products, what to set for each section. If you paid someone to do this, they would charge you a few $100s an hour, maybe like $200-$300 an hour to set this up for you. And if you wanted to take a course on this by itself, you might learn all of AdWords, but it wouldn't be specifically for this type of store. And this is what's so nice about Anton's course is it's, even though it's long, it's all very hyper focused on Anton's method. That's why I call it Anton's method. He has a very specific method on dropshipping. And the problem with most people is they find a bunch of random info from different sources and they try to piece it together into one. And the problem with that is it's like wanting to learn to bake and you take 20 different recipes from 20 different sources, one for scones, one for crumpets, one from croissants, and you just try to learn to bake. Some people can do it, right? If you're really talented at baking or you have the experience, you can do it for sure. But if you're just starting out, it's much better to follow one master baker, one master recipe, and say, this is Anton's method of dropshipping. Only follow that. Then Anton goes into automation, outsourcing, and notice all these are so much more detailed than my free videos on YouTube. I try to make mine as good as possible, but there's only so much I can do. All right, guys, and that is it. That is my review for Anton's course, Dropship Lifestyle, AntonMethod.com, whatever you want to call it. And this is 7 years later. I still 100% recommend Anton's course. He is the guy who taught me everything I know about e-commerce, about dropshipping, and really online business. And if it wasn't for him, I would probably still be broke today. I promise you. If you've seen my story or read my book, Life Changes Quick, about the Gold Watch Challenge, when I started his course, I was like running out of money. I think I had like $1,000 left, and it's at a point now where I just can't believe it. I cannot believe that I've created a business while in Thailand that I can now run in Sri Lanka, but also, have it continue making me money while I'm doing things like scuba diving. I'm traveling, whether it's through Europe or Asia, and to be able to share that with everyone else as well. So I promise, if you want to start a real business, Anton's course is the way to go. I will guarantee it, especially if you are American, Australian, probably Canadian, definitely if you're from like Sweden, Norway, basically at Holland, and basically any country where people buy things online. Like, if it's relatively easy for someone to use a credit card online and people are buying things online, I would 100% recommend Anton's course. If you're somewhere where people are not yet comfortable buying things online, or online payment methods are hard, you can do it, but you'll be a pioneer. High risk, high reward. You'll have very little competition, but it'll be a lot harder to start that. So countries in South America, South Africa, or really all of the African continent, places that people are not yet that comfortable buying things online, and it's hard to get approved by a payment processor. And if you don't want to go the US LLC route, we have to fly to US, get a bank account, and try to get approved that way, maybe go a different route, to be honest. But if you're American, if you're Australian, and remember this, a few years ago, Australians said, nah, mate, like, dropshipping doesn't work in Australia because XYZ. They never heard of it. The country's too big to ship things around, whatever it is. And then one guy in the forums, this is why it's so important to be part of his private member forums, one guy was like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Like, I've been dropshipping and I'm like killing it. And he was doing better than all the Americans because there's no competition at the time. And then once he did it, everybody else did it. It's like the guy who ran the 5-minute mile, 4-minute mile. Once you break that record, everyone else was like, okay, it's possible, let me do it too. I didn't know it worked in Scandinavia until one girl says, oh, I have a store in Norway, is this normal to make this many sales the first month? And we're like, no, that's not normal. How much are you spending on ads? And that's because there was no competition. So in the US, there's lots of competition, but that's why Anton keeps updating his course to make it better and better so you can be above the competition. And I promise you that if you follow it exactly, you can crush it. I have 2 stores right now. One just did $31,000 in sales this month, and the other broke a record. I've never done this in a month, $70,000 in sales. This is a non-typical month. I think it's because people are locked down right now and at home with nothing to do but buy stuff. But it just shows that while other people are worried about money, worried about being unemployed, by being a business owner with a solid business that's not shipping from China, that's shipping from the US to the US, or Australia to Australia, or Europe to Europe, you can build a real business that will last even through a recession, even through a pandemic. And thank you, Anton, for making this course. And if you guys want to join, you can use my link. I'll have it below, or you can go to antonmethod.com. I would love the credit for referring you, but either way, to be honest, sign up for his course because it really is the best. If you have any questions, ask in the comments below. I'm happy to help. See you guys. All right, so I was logged into one of my stores, and this is my best store. And today, $2,000 in sales, which is crazy. This past week has been probably the best week I've ever had. This is a typical amazing month for me. And this was all in 1 week. This is all following Anton's high ticket dropshipping method, selling from the US to the US. That's why we're not shipping from China. We're not selling cheap products. Average order value $1,569. That's why each day's sales are so high. That's why there's only 22 total orders. And finally, we got the conversion rate high enough, so we're starting to be even more profitable. These margins are about 30% margins. Last 30 days, $64,500. This is insane. All right. This is all following Anton's course. This month, which still has a day left, $70,000. I've never hit $70,000 in sales. I think the best I've done is 40 something thousand in 1 month. This month in 2020, $70,000. For anyone who thinks that dropshipping doesn't work anymore, they're idiots. Like all these people have left dropshipping to sell on Amazon or somewhere else, and they've left these markets wide open. And this is a store that I started with a partner a year and a half ago. And it was always making sales, but right now you can see it is destroying worlds right now. Compared to how it did last month, it's already up. But let's see, previous year, I can show you. It's a $4,000 gain from 4,000% gain from last year at the exact same time. So you can see things are crushing it. All following Anton's course. Highly recommend signing up. You can use my link below or go to antonmethod.com, which also gives me credit. Thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, ask in the comments below, and best luck with your stores.